Hi, I'm the Two Tip Lady, and I love giving tips to help make life more simple. Have you ever painted a story in your mind? You've looked for the evidence that it's true, and eventually you've discovered that the story you painted was not true. It was wrong. I have. And sadly, sometimes I get out that paintbrush and I paint that picture in my mind too. And it's not right. It's the wrong story. Well, I'm learning that I can paint any story I like about dear husband or one of our kids or one of our friends, and I can look for the evidence that my painting is absolutely correct. I'll always find evidence, good or bad, to support my painting. Want me to paint a picture to help you really understand what I'm saying? Okay, here's a story. Dear husband is a systems man. What do you expect from a school principal and teacher of many, many years? Well, I get immersed in life and systems. Who cares? I'm too busy for them. I haven't even got time to think of them. I just keep running. Well, he brings the shopping in. Sometimes bags of groceries, drops them on the floor and disappears. I'm so busy I keep on with what I'm doing. Sometimes hours later in he comes. Groceries are still in bags on the floor. And he starts quietly, systematically, methodically putting them away. I paint a picture in my mind. Oh, it's not a nice picture. He's trying to show me up. He thinks I'm hopeless. I wish he'd just leave them on the floor. I'll get to it when I'm ready. He's just mean. I wish he'd leave me alone and stay out of my business. This kitchen stuff is my territory. I guess my painted picture is going to make for a pretty miserable evening. I had evidence, plenty. He's systematic, thorough and loves to get it done. And I'm just hopeless. Or I could paint another picture. He brings the shopping in. Bags of groceries, drops them on the floor and disappears. I'm busy, so I keep on with what I'm doing. Hours later in he comes. Groceries still in bags on the floor. He starts systematically, methodically putting them away. And I paint a picture in my mind. Oh, wow, he knows I've been busy. Isn't he just fantastic for leaping in, getting the job done and doing it so methodically, better than I ever would? He really loves to ease my load when he can, and I'm so grateful. I had evidence, I hunted for it, and I found it, and we have a happy evening. You can paint any story in your mind and find evidence that supports it. So tip number 1 is this: choose the picture you're going to paint. Even if you have to hunt for tiny, tiny bits of evidence to create a positive picture, take those tiny steps. It's worth it. And tip number 2 is this: when you're about to paint a story in your mind, stop and find 2. What on earth am I talking about? What do I mean? Stop your mind racing to find evidence to support your nasty story and immediately think of 2 pieces of evidence that support the best story. Trust me, if you look, you will find 2 pieces of evidence at least that will support the best story, the story that will paint a beautiful, happy picture. You get to paint your picture, and painting the best pictures is going to become a habit. Philippians 4:8 has wise counsel and is worth memorising, but here's my abbreviated version. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, honest, just, pure, lovely, of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. So tip number 1, choose the picture you'll paint. Tip number 2, stop and find 2. That's it from the Two Tip Lady, who loves to help simplify life and make it happier.